Hey, crew, welcome back to another episode of the Skipper Report. And this one is in the series of the women in Telemark skiing. In this episode, I have the pleasure of hosting Sara Barrett, based out of Lake Tahoe, California. She shares with us how she got into telemark skiing, her childhood skiing, what she does for a living, and all the things in between, and being a geologist and a surveyor. It's a pretty cool gig that she has that allows her to be on snow almost every day. Anyway, so grab yourself a beverage, sit back, put up your feet, and enjoy this episode as much as I enjoyed interviewing Sara Barrett here on the Skippy Report.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you all right. Yes.
I will turn my camera on once I stop driving because my car is attached to my phone.
I figured you're probably in the middle of work.
I am, and it's funny because we don't have a lot of survey work right now, but it's been a light winter here in Tahoe, snow-wise. So, make hay while the sun shines, I guess.
Right, exactly. That's what I say all the time. So, and it's the inverse over here in the East Coast. We're getting slammed right now. My wife and I went into a neighboring city, which is about a 45-minute drive for some appointments for her. And I decided not to take the highway home. I went cross country, and it took us close to 2 hours to come home.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then I do my driveway and a couple other like elderly people's driveways with my snowblower. So I was like, I got to get this stuff done so I can get in and do the interview. But I have to go back out afterwards.
You do? Oh my gosh! And so, are you guys getting more? Is that
we are? Yeah, forecast? Yeah. So I live right on the lake, on the shore of Lake Ontario.
Oh, lovely!
About less than a mile. And so we're getting a lot of lake effect snow right now.
Oh, that is so lovely. Wow.
Yeah, it's and where we do the majority of our skiing is close to Jay Peak. And
oh, they've been having a record winter.
I would, you know what, when I was a kid, that was a normal winter. 300 to 400 inches a year was normal when I was a kid.
That's unreal. That's so much.
It is. I think before Christmas, I saw some social media posts of some snowboarders in the woods, because we don't ski the trees in the east, we ski the woods. And
got it.
And they were waist deep and pushing their snowboards. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Hang on for 1 second. I'm just gonna walk inside here and
for sure.
Know
yeah.
What I'm doing. Okay. I'm at our local burrito shop.
Oh.
And I have to get some food because I'm meeting my search and rescue team.
Right.
We're doing a night training tonight.
Oh, wow.
5:45.
Wow.
And so I figured I was doing some surveying work here in Incline, which is where the burrito place is. And I was like, well, I'm going to grab some rotisserie here before I head back
right
to where the training is. So, yeah, today turned out to be a little bigger day than I thought. So I apologize.
Oh, no, man. It's cool because, most of the people I interview work and I don't have to.
Right.
So I'm fortunate. So welcome to the Women in Telemark Skiing series.
Thank you. I think it's appropriate that I'm a little disheveled from being outside in the field.
Well, that's you know what, it's like, I don't think you have to work for the weekend because from all your posts, it seems like you do more skiing than just on the weekend.
I work full time.
Yes.
And I'm 47, so I'm not at retirement age just yet.
Right.
So I do work a lot. I work more than I want to work.
Right. So, anyways, introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hi, my name is Sara, and I have been telemark skiing since 2001.
Oh, cool.
It's all I do. As soon as I put those tele skis on, I never strap my heels down again. It was like love at first sight.
Very cool. Now, I'm going to hypothesize you were an alpine skier or snowboarder previously.
I was a figure skater. I grew up ice skating in New York. I figure skated on the Bronx River, and with my mom. She taught me how to ice skate before I could even walk.
Wow.
And I was on these little double blade.
Yep, cheese cutters.
Yep.
That's what we call them in Canada. I don't know. Are they called those in the U.S. also?
I think that's perfect. It looks just like a cheese cutter.
Right.
Cheese cutters. Yep. So yeah, that was my gig.
Very. So,
and I started to snowboard when I was in high school, probably like 14 or 15, and
right.
I didn't love it. I hurt my knees and my bottom.
Right.
And so I took my stepdad's long 220 rosin.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's I'm gonna think they're twice the size of you.
They are. I'm short. Oh, thank you. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you. So I got my
right on.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, so that was my first time skiing, and I also got pulled over, and I got a speeding ticket. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I like skiing. I face planted a few times, and yeah, it wasn't the best choice. So I went back to snowboarding till I was in college, and through college I went to Redlands, Southern California, and I snowboarded in Southern California, and then I moved to Santa Cruz, and I didn't really do much. I did mountain biking there.
Right.
I didn't really do much. I didn't surf. I didn't ski. And then when I was 21, I was graduating from. I'm a geologist by school, and I was like trying to figure out, what I wanted to do with myself. I didn't want to stay in Santa Cruz, and I was seeing the guy who moved up to Tahoe, so I followed him, and I was like, cool, I'm going to snowboard in Tahoe. Yeah. So like got a snowboard and I got boots, and he was like, are you sure you want to be a snowboarder? And I was like, oh yes, I'm a snowboarder. 100%. I love snowboarding. And I went out one day and I cried hysterically. I was like, I hate snowboarding.
Why?
I got stuck.
Oh.
We had about 7 feet of powder at Alpine Meadows. And man, I went out there like I knew what I was doing, and I just flopped around, and I was in a full sweat, pulling off layers and crying, and just stuck. Like I couldn't get anywhere.
Right.
Like, oh man, I can't do this. Right. I don't know how to do this. So that same boyfriend said, why don't you take some ski lessons?
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And I went down to the rental shop, and the rental shop guy, because I worked at the ski area at Alpine, and the rental shop guy was like, okay, we'll hook you up. We'll get you some skis. And then I took lessons every day for the first year of 2000. I worked at the ski hill, so every day I would go out and lesson every day. And finally, by the end of that first year, but this is Alpine. I was still Alpine.
Yeah.
And then I had this very Swiss instructor, Anne-Marie, and she said, you do not need to come anymore to the lessons. You can go on your own. You go ski. So, okay. So then I looked into getting, because I knew I wanted to try backcountry. I bought Alpine Trekkers. I don't know if you remember those.
Yes, I do. I actually saw some on our local hill just the other day, or local mountain.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They're gnarly. You're so high up, and you feel like a giraffe. And anyway, long story short, I did that for a month or two, and then I was friends with the rental guys, the guys that worked in the rental shop, in the repair shop, and they were all tele skiers.
Okay.
And then I moved in with 2 Telemark skiers. And so this was 2001. So everybody was a Telemark skier. And I was like, okay, on in, you know. And that was it. I was hooked. I went out, and the first time I tellied down this corn run called High Traverse off the backside of Alpine. I mean, it was like the best feeling I'd ever felt.
Right.
Really.
Right.
And I was hooked immediately. I was like, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. I found it. And that's it in a nutshell.
Right on. So because I didn't spend a whole lot of time as an alpine skier, I'm a Nordic skier. And I try to ask experienced alpine skiers this question, that when you do those turns that we absolutely love, you just get into a flow and it's like, oh my gosh. Do alpine skiers get that?
That's a good question. I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because like I watched my boyfriend ski, and he basically was born with skis on his feet.
Right.
And man, he skis like that. He skis like the wind.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say yes, they feel it too. It's just not as soulful, you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So you alluded to skating on the Hudson River, so I'm going to hypothesize you were born in New York.
Oh gosh, yes, New York, and it wasn't the Hudson. That would have been quite interesting. It was the Bronx River.
Oh, Bronx River. Okay.
The Bronx. Yes, my family, we're all from the Bronx.
That's where all my homies come from, where the music I listen to come from.
Yep, Yonkers and the Bronx.
Right on.
Yep.
So how much of your childhood did you spend in New York City?
Oh, my entire childhood. I was there until I was a teenager. I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And so I really didn't get into the mountains or anything cool until I left New York.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but I mean, New York's got some cool stuff. I went back there and I climbed in the Gunks. Holy moly, those are amazing rocks.
Where's this?
The Gunks. It's a famous climbing area that Yvon Chouinard and like Royal Robbins.
No way.
Yeah, like the old school.
So is that in the Catskills or the Adirondacks?
It's near the Adirondacks.
Okay.
It's not quite all the way up there, though. It's not that far from, I'm trying to remember. It's in the Hudson. It's not far from the Hudson.
Okay.
I drove west.
Okay.
From Connecticut. So when my folks lived, my dad died when I was 11, and my mom remarried and moved up to Connecticut, and that's when I got into snow sports.
Okay.
Really.
Right.
And then they had the Salisbury ski jumps.
Oh.
In our town, and they still do. In fact, I think they're going to have them this year because the East Coast has so much snow.
Right. Yeah.
And they had them last year too, and they've had them for over 100 years. It's really cool. They have a huge ski jump.
Wow.
That they built and they used. So yeah, I got into Nordic skiing in Connecticut and snowboarding. So but just messing around on like not serious Nordic skiing.
Yeah.
Just cruising around like the backyard on my stepdad's Nordic gear. Like nothing cool.
Right.
You know? And then once I got out west, it took me a while to find Nordic. I telemarked for 5, 6, 7 years before I really got into any Nordic skiing.
Okay.
I had some cross countries, but I picked up skate skiing and I was like, oh man, this is cool.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. So did you move out west when you went to college?
Yeah, I went to boarding school.
Okay.
For 3 years in New England, in Connecticut. And I kind of snowboarded at our local mountain, which was Mohawk Mountain.
Oh, another Mohawk skier. Because I interviewed Christine Keeney, and she grew up at Mohawk.
Get out of here. That's so cool.
And both of you ladies are like badass, hard charging telemark skiers.
That's cool. I need to know her. Like, we need to connect. That'd be awesome if you could connect us. Because
yeah, she's on Instagram under knee dipping ginger. I will knee dipping like a telemark skier ginger because she's got red hair.
Oh,
I will send you her.
Okay,
I will send you her her handle.
Yes, Mohawk is wonderful. I've snowboarded there. I've alpine skied there. I've telemark skied there. I've cross country skied there.
Right on.
They're very nice. They don't mind you doing whatever you want.
And I think they're on the Indy Pass because my wife and I have Indy Passes.
Oh, that's good. That's smart. They're part of a collective because they're a small privately owned mountain.
And that's what the Indy Pass is all about. I love it's all about small mom and pop, out of the way places. Cool. Yeah, some of the places you walk into and you think it's like 1980 or 1970.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
You still see the owners, they're probably farmers or tradesmen, and they're covered in grease and they're out there working, doing whatever, and they have families who are doing the concession stands and that sort of stuff. Those are the places I love.
Yep, that's just like Mohawk.
Right.
That is just like Mohawk. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
very cool. All right, so you're based out of Lake Tahoe.
I am.
And some of your posts are spectacular.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just incredible. So they usually get slammed as much as we see some years, like on a regular basis, and this year's just a lean year because I think La Nina is a little higher than what it should be.
Yeah, I think that we have we get these high pressure ridges that kind of settle in sometimes in the Pacific, and it blocks anything that's coming east from the Pacific. So it could change at the drop of a hat, and that's what's so crazy about the Sierra is overnight you could go from 0 to 100, which is what happened at Christmas. I mean, we had nothing,
right? And
then all of a sudden we got like 10 feet.
Wow!
Oh my God!
Yeah, I saw Big Tim's posts.
It's a bit much when it all comes at once like that.
Oh, I bet. I remember seeing some posts where cars were buried and they couldn't find cars, and they were like the snowbanks were like 20 feet tall.
Oh yeah, I mean we get storms if they go on a couple days. We'll get that. No surprise there. Yeah, it's amazing because I remember when I was in Canada this past winter, I went up with a bunch of my search and rescue and dear friends. We went and stayed at the Sentry Lodge out of Golden.
Okay.
With Golden Alpine Holidays. They're an amazing company that has these 4 lodges that they manage.
Right.
And they fill with custodians, and then you can provide a chef and a guide if you want, or go alone. And we've had just the best luck. Anytime I've gone on one of these trips, I'm about to go on another one next week.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so cool. So I was up there with our and our guides are like, oh yeah, heavy snow, and I was like, this isn't heavy snow. They're like, oh yeah, it's Canada, it's heavy snow. I was like, nope.
No.
I was like, you guys just don't know. Tahoe is insane. Like
the cement capital of skiing.
It is, and it's not the best snow.
Right.
And I'm definitely not saying it's the best snow, but volume wise, we win.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
And the lake, I mean, it's like having this lake right here it's just the most beautiful resource that anybody could ever ask for.
Right. Yes.
And being able to ski down to it, and incorporate it in you get to the top and there's the lake, and it's magic.
I know where we have our pass at our mountain in Quebec that we ski down to a lake. It's magical doing that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was talking to somebody, I can't remember who it was, and I was telling them there's a resort. It was a guy I met a couple of days ago, and the resort is called Le Massif de Charlevoix, which is in Quebec, and you ski down to the St. Lawrence River, and at that point it is affected by the tides of the ocean. And right at the base of, almost the base of the ski resort is the deepest part of the river, and that's where all the ships go by. So as you're skiing, there are ocean-going ships going to and fro along the river. It's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I need to come check out Quebec because I never have been, and I know that both skiing and mountain biking are fabulous there.
Oh, you know what? The lifestyle that Quebecers have, because I'm originally from Quebec, is something totally different. They're into outdoor activities like you wouldn't believe. Wow. They have thousands of kilometers of bicycle trails to go from community to community to community. They have all sorts of mountain biking centers where they have World Cup races, and the skiing's off the chain. Like Christine came up, she skied a couple of places, and there's this one place called Sutton, and we were talking about it. It's rustic, and I said, I consider it the Mad River Glen of Canada, and she's like, exactly, because that's where she skis out of.
Oh, that sounds so cool. Oh, that makes me want to come back there and ski. Wow. And I bet you guys, this is probably the year to do it because you guys have such good snow.
We usually have this type of snow, but it's been exceptional. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. We never lack snow. There was a time when I was a kid when we moved here from Quebec. It was like, why did we move to Ontario, Dad?
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was like no snow. It's like the banana belt.
Huh. I didn't realize that. That makes sense, though. Yeah. So Quebec gets probably more stuff from the Atlantic and nor'easters.
It comes, there are nor'easters, and then we have lake effect that comes off of the northern part of the Great Lakes that go across Ontario and Quebec. Here's an interesting fact. I've been to a place in Ontario that is south of California's northern border.
That's weird.
It is, yes. And the island that we have out there is south. It's crazy. There's Pelee Island, which is out in Lake Erie, and then we have Point Pelee, which goes out to it. I don't know how far out it is, maybe 15 miles, 10 miles. Yeah, and my daughter lives in a city, or used to live in a city, the only one in Canada that is south of an American city.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she lives south of Detroit, but in Canada.
Oh, she does. Oh, that's so cool.
Yes. Yeah. So, getting back to your schooling, because I think it's really cool you're a geologist, because my wife has a girlfriend who's also a geologist who's sort of retired. She spent all of her time working in the Yukon and in the Northwest Territories for gold companies.
Oh, cool.
Like Barrett Gold and that sort of stuff. So, and now she consults. She travels all over the world and consults whenever she wants. So I think that's very cool that you're a geologist.
I wish that I had gotten my upper level degree in geology, but I decided to move to Tahoe and ski instead. But so then I had to find a way to make a living, right? Because a bachelor's in geology doesn't get you too far. So
right.
I ended up going into land surveying.
Okay.
And working for civil engineering. And so that's where I'm at now. My license, my California professional license in land surveying, which took me forever and was like harder than the bar.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Like pass rate of like 9%,
Oh my goodness.
But finally did it. I mean, it was like 2 8-hour exams.
Oh my goodness.
Back to back. Oh yeah, it just drills you emotionally and physically and spiritually into a hole.
Wow.
But finally passed and got that license, so that's a nice thing. So I've been able to work in that respect here and afford the not cheap way of life in
Right.
Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is not a cheap place. But crazy thing is the way the cost of living has come up everywhere else. It's like we're not that far off now from everyone else.
Right.
Like,
I know I've had conversations, or when I do interviews and I talk to the people who are in America, it's crazy because I remember being down, going to Tampa for a wedding, and we drove down the circuitous way, not on interstates, and I remember paying the same amount for a pound of bacon that we pay in Canada, but it's in American funds, so we have to pay an extra 40%. And like my dad's down in Florida right now, and he'd be paying in Canadian, the conversion is about $12 a pound for bacon. I think it's like $9 a pound in Florida.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. And I make my own bacon, so it only costs me like about $3 or less a pound. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's cool. That's sweet. You have a smoker.
I do. Yeah, I have a few of them.
Smoke it.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Cool.
an addictive pastime.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Now, so when you're surveying, what type of surveying are you doing?
All types.
Okay.
I have my drone pilot's license. So I am licensed with the FAA as a drone pilot, an unmanned aircraft pilot.
Yep.
So I will fly a drone and make a map using the orthorectal photography, and then we put it into a photogrammetry program, and we make a map. We digitize it and turn it into a map of building services. So depending on what the survey is needed for,
Right.
commercial, residential, what have you. All the different types of surveying that you could imagine, I do it.
Wow,
Planning.
I have a friend who's a surveyor, and he uses a drone and that sort of stuff also. But
Yeah,
I think
use a
it's so
drone and
cool.
I use a
Pardon me?
scanner, $100,000 scanner that
Wow.
the company refuses to buy. We keep having to rent it. And
Oh,
like,
yes.
all right,
I think it's nuts about making, like, I read a book about David Thompson, and he's one of the foremost, I guess, the leaders of the Canadian past of mapping our West from way back in the day. And it was nuts. I learned how they made maps. And I understand it's just absolutely nuts. I always wondered why you would see maps, but you would just see rivers. You wouldn't see topography and stuff. But that's all they were
Right.
interested in, was just mapping rivers. And
Right.
they probably couldn't.
Right.
And when they put the railroad through the West, like they're going through the mountains, it's like, well, let's go up this valley. And they're surveying all the way, and they're surveying
Yep.
with chains and
Yep.
and then they get to a point where it's like, yeah, we can't go this way. We got to go around, or we got to go back.
Right. And so then the line jogs a
Yes.
little bit. And, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then our government, went broke right after the Louisiana Purchase. So
Right.
then they had to figure out a way to make more money. So they had to sell a bunch of land. So they devised the public land system.
Oh, okay.
And so then they chopped everything up into quarters and eighths and 16ths and 32nds. And
Right.
so that's largely how we survey.
Okay.
But when you go east of the Mississippi, it's all different. You've got calls to natural objects. It's all meets and bounds. It's very different. So land surveying on the East Coast, very hard. Land surveying on the West Coast, not as difficult.
Well, I often wondered why the border between America and Canada was so weird in the East, but then I learned that it was they surveyed till they found the height of land where the water went to the St. Lawrence and the water went either to the Connecticut River or to the ocean, and they said, okay, that's where the border is.
Okay, there we go. They
Yeah.
went for the division of the hydrologic system. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I thought
That's fascinating.
yeah. Because I was like, who drew this? Like, it was David Thompson.
Right.
He worked with the
Why?
Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Lake Tahoe, but the state line comes, straight north-south to like about 2/3 down the middle of the lake, and then all of a sudden it goes and turns 45 degrees.
No way.
Oh yeah, check it out. Check it out. Take a look at Google and look at the state line in Lake Tahoe, and it goes.
And what's the reason for that?
Well, there's all sorts of reasons. One was California wanted more, but I think that the surveyor was drunk. But anyway,
that was my first thought.
I think someone was hitting the bottle. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, so it's a good profession. It is, because it gives me a map of the world that I love to ski on, right? So I get to look at maps all night and plan where I want to ski, and then I get to go to work and make maps all day.
Right. I used to give an assignment. I was a teacher, and I used to I always apologized to the young girls. I said, listen, I'm a guy. My school board made me teach English. So I was like, boys suck at reading, so I'm going to try to engage them. And I would read this short story to them called The Most Dangerous Game, about a Russian Tsarist general who left Russia and had a private island, and he was a big game hunter, and he tired of it. But he invented this new prey to hunt, which was humans, and he would lure people to the island, and he would hunt them. And so through the whole short story, I would drop hints, and the kids, when they had to do their final task or tasks, one of them was they had a choice where they could make a 3-dimensional relief map of the island with all the different features that were in the story. It was very amazing that so many different kids over the years, they pretty much all built the same map.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. So there was obviously enough detail in that story for them to design this island. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's a cool experiment.
Yeah. And I would always tell the kids, I said, and I would show topographical maps. I said, my wife, all she sees is lines. But when I look at them, I actually see the valleys and the peaks coming out of the map to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the pleasure of using like a stereoscope?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah. So getting back to telemark skiing, Lake Tahoe, how many days a year do you get to ski?
I always tell myself I'm gonna count, and then I get to like 20 or 10, and I just lose count.
Oh yes.
I ski like almost every day. So
nice.
It's really, but it's not always backcountry. Sometimes it's at the resort. Sometimes it's cross country. Sometimes it's skating.
Doesn't matter. You're gliding.
Yeah. So I want to say like over 100 easily, but probably more.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So you need to meet up or make contact with Christine, because she works for the Department of Transportation, and she lives in the Mad River Valley, and she skis about 150 days a year and works full time.
Wow, good for her.
Yeah,
it's not easy to do that.
No, you know what, I was working full time, and the best I got was 79. Right. Yeah.
And I don't know, we have really high elevation here, so I get lucky that I can do it all year. I can ski through the summer. I could go ski all summer.
I know. I see those posts with not too much on when you're skiing.
Right. If you're willing to drive or walk a long ways with your skis, you can do it.
Yes.
You can ski. Yeah. And this last storm, gosh, it hasn't snowed for weeks, and we went out the other day, and it was so good. It's
nice.
Just, I don't know.
So do you get spring conditions then? Like, does the snow corn up in California at this time of the year?
Yeah, so we skied corn on one aspect and then hiked up and skied powder on the other aspect.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. So January is really good for that because of the low sun angle. So It'll preserve the powder on the north-facing slopes, and then you get the nice perfect corn on the south facing. Yeah, it's really nice time of year.
Very cool. Now, the other thing I need to ask you, because is Tahoe sparkle?
Yes.
What is Tahoe sparkle other than your Instagram handle?
Oh, yeah, I kind of got a nickname Sparky for a little while.
Okay.
And my friend Robin would call me Sparkle Sara.
Okay.
And then a friend of ours nicknamed me Sparky. And then I was looking for a name and I went for Tahoe Sparkle. So
right on.
I tried for Tahoe Sparky. I think that one was taken. So I was like, all right, we'll go back to its roots and go back to Sparkle. And I do love gems, and that's why I studied geology, is because I love things that sparkle. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. And then, the sparkle snow that we get with the big facets, it's like, oh, I think that's my favorite.
See, I thought it had more to do with the rainbow shots that you take and the iridescent bicycle components that I see.
And the funny thing is, the rainbow shots tend to be people who have passed in my life, who have died, and they come back to show me that way, which is such a lovely
That is
thing.
So cool.
Yeah, a lot of those rainbows have been people who have passed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's I hear that about cardinals.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, cardinals, when a cardinal visits your place, it's somebody or a relative of yours who's passed who's come back to check on you.
That is so cool, because I do love the cardinal. That and the Oriole are my two faves.
Oh yes,
sure.
Mine is the chickadee, because they're pretty hardy, and the white-throated sparrow.
Oh, and then the junco. I love the junco.
Yes, we had,
because they love the snow. They always hang out on the cold north-facing slopes like I do. The juncos.
Right. Yeah, we have tons of juncos here at our bird feeders. I had to go out this morning, and I was kind of sad. There was a chickadee that froze last night or yesterday, and I think she got into some deep snow and couldn't elevate, because I looked at the pattern in the snow and it was definitely struggling to get up off the snow.
Sorry, that's so sad.
It is. Yeah.
We have a ridge called Chickadee Ridge, where the chickadees come and just land on your hand and your head and everything. And I love birds. My mom is a birder, so I grew up. My grandma was a birder, so I love birds. So, I always feel bad for people who are afraid of birds or don't like birds.
Yeah, I'm a birder also, and I had the saddest thing happen last year coming back to the cottage from Pico, and I had a barred owl fly into my truck.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was right beside me. I saw him come out of the tree, and he flew parallel, and then all of a sudden he just swooped into my mirror, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh man, that's awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe an owl is my spirit animal, because I see all these images, and they're always owls. So I had to stop, back up, pick them off the road.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yep, I feel like about 6 months ago, everywhere I'd go, I'd see owls. It's interesting when you get that sign from above.
Now, do you have gray jays where you are? Whiskey jacks? No.
We have blue.
Oh yes. Okay. Yep.
Blue jays and Stellar's jays.
Oh, you have Stellars also. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen one. No, up here in Canada we have. I always call them whiskey jacks. They're gray jays, Canada jays. They're like a gigantic chickadee. And when I worked in the bush in Northern Ontario, I'd be sitting having my lunch, and they just automatically fly down, and they're scroungers, and they take food right out of before it goes into my mouth. They're taking it.
Oh my God,
they're very opportunistic. Yeah, it's a pretty cool bird. And I know that they would have them out west. So when you're out west in Canada next time, you should take a look around to see if you can find any gray jays or whiskey jacks.
I will do, for sure.
So where else do you ski? Because you ski at Crater Lake also, do you not?
Not ski there. I would really like to.
Oh, okay. So maybe it must be Megan Kelly who skis there.
I think she has skied there. Yeah.
Okay. Is it's a ways from you, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
like 7 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, that's far.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I would like to ski it. I have friends who skied it. It's kind of a weird one because of the steepness and the access, and
Right.
it's tricky. It's a little tricky. So, but yeah, if everything lines up, it would be really cool to ski that.
Okay. So where has Telemark skiing taken you other than Tahoe?
I've gotten to ski in Europe. That was cool.
Right on.
I skied in Austria, Switzerland, Italy, France. That was pretty cool. And then my sister lives in Geneva, but I haven't managed to get over there and ski with her yet, which is too bad. But I'd like to go check out like Verbier and stuff.
Right.
I really like Chamonix a lot. That's one of my favorite places to ski. I want to go back and ski there and climb there.
Okay.
And then Canada, I've skied in Canada, which is really cool. Like British Columbia, the Selkirk, stuff like that. So,
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I'd like to go to Japan.
Yes.
That would be really cool. Chile.
Yeah.
Those are on the list.
I know they're all on the Indy Pass that Sean and I, my wife and I have. It's crazy. Like last year in Japan, there was only, I don't know, maybe 8 resorts. I think there's 25 now. And like some of them are in some really good places to ski. Hakuba and Niseko. Yeah, it's,
Yes.
yeah. So, and I'm trying to convince my wife that I'm going to take her to Europe next winter to ski because she passed up a trip with her girlfriends. And I was like, why'd you do that? Like,
Wow.
This was just like a sightseeing kind of wine-based tour of Italy. And I was like, why didn't you go? Anyways, I said, well, I'll take you. And yeah, so because I have a cousin who has some residences in Germany and France. And, you know, it's Europe, I consider a pretty small place compared to Canada.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canada's huge.
Yeah, I tell multiple guests, if you want to drive from the most easterly part of Ontario, the province I live in, to the most westerly part, it takes about 24 hours.
Oh wow, that's far.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's it's a pretty big place.
It's huge.
Yes. So, do you have any plans to go anywhere in the near future, or are you just going to stick around home and keep doing what you're doing?
Canada. I go to Canada on the 28th for 10 days.
And where to? Whereabouts?
We're going to do a day at Kicking Horse, a day at Rebel, and then 5 days at the Meadow Hut, or no, Vista Hut. My friend Adam is guiding us, and a bunch of my friends from Tahoe that I've known for like 20 years are going. So we're going to go up there and have a good time up in Canada. And then hoping this spring to do a Trans-Sierra tour. A couple nights going across the Sierra. My friend Larissa, who's my ski buddy, said she's interested. So I think we're going to try and do something in the spring where we go from point to point.
And
cool.
And so how long of a trip is that?
Not that long.
No?
I think like 4 or 5 nights.
That's yeah. And now, do they have huts, or will you be camping out, or?
No, we'll be camping.
Oh, right
camping.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be lots of fun.
So I'm excited. That should be fun. We'll see. We'll see if we need some more snow.
Right. Right.
So.
Oh, that's very cool. Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up there.
Oh,
just
I just got to the neighborhood, and it's a bad connection here. I apologize.
No, it's cool, man. Just so listeners know, Sarah's been on the move this whole time. This is the most mobile interview I've done.
I don't sit in one place for very long.
I know there are these guys I met. There's a young man I'm friends with. I interviewed him. He's on our national telemark race team. and he sent me a link because there are these guys in Europe who do a podcast in a gondola, and he said, hey, we should do that at Tremblant. Anyway, so I told him I can be really mobile, and we can sit, and if he gets permission, we can go up and down a couple of laps in their gondola and do a mobile podcast.
Oh, that is such a cool plan. I look forward to seeing that one.
Yeah. So anyways, you know what? I'm going to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with me and share your stories. And if you want to share any information.
It was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. You know what? I love listening because I was a science teacher. I'm a dad of 2 girls, 2 young women, and I would always promote women in science. So you're like one of those people. You just fit right in there. Oh, and she's gone. I lost her. I'll find her and get her back. Welcome back to the Skippy Report. that was a 24-hour commercial break.
Yes. Yes.
So last night, whoa. I've just. Oh, we're good. We're good, I think. Oh, I've lost you now. There you go.
I'm still here.
There.
I'm still here.
So last night, before we left, I wanted to ask you about your backcountry rescue team that you're part of.
Oh, yeah. I joined a Tahoe Nordic search and rescue team when I moved to Tahoe in 2001 and started Telemark skiing. I was backcountry skiing. Remember, we were talking about alpine trekkers.
Right.
So I was kind of doing that, and then I got into tellying, and then I joined the search team, mostly to just kind of have people to ski with, you know.
Okay, cool.
And to kind of learn the area, and so I joined the search and rescue team. It's a volunteer organization that was started in the mid 70s, and basically we pick up where the ski resorts leave off.
Okay.
Which is,
Yep.
Pretty large area. They don't chase people down, especially like Alpine Meadows where I ski a lot.
Right.
They have open boundaries, so people go out the boundary and then you're SOL.
Right. Okay. So people don't realize that, I guess.
Yeah, or they think they know where they are,
right.
And then all of a sudden they don't, because
right.
it's a little tricky. And less now with phones.
Yes.
But we got a lady who's 44 last week who had gone off the wrong way off the backside of Alpine. So it happens,
it does.
Get confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't think about it, and all of a sudden they're down in a weird spot, and then we're lucky she had cell service.
Right.
But you drop down back behind the crest, and it's really no man's land back there. So,
right. I remember recently there was a woman who took a wrong turn at Jay Peak and had to spend the night sleeping underneath a gigantic spruce tree.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
Because there's a lot of
absolutely.
There's a lot of side country and then back country off the back, and it's very remote out there in the Northeast Kingdom.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That is very remote terrain right there. So and the same with us.
Right. Do you train weekly, monthly?
I train every day because I ski or hike usually every day.
Right.
So
right.
I consider every day to be a training, but no, we train. They have all sorts of trainings that. Luckily, I'm now graduated to the Emeritus team.
Oh, cool.
So I no longer have to fulfill or check any boxes.
Right.
But I can still come out on any searches and any trainings that I want to go on, which is really nice. So,
oh, nice.
Because I've been on the team for over 25 years, so they.
Wow.
they granted me the old person's pass.
Oh, there you go. Very cool.
So yeah,
And
but no, it was cool.
and about how many rescues do you do a year?
I think we've had a bunch this year.
Wow.
I feel like we've had kind of a lot going on. We had a bunch of hikers in like the summer and fall.
Oh, yes.
A couple ones that were missing, and then so we do search. We're not just exclusively Nordic. We used to be exclusively Nordic, but we do search on dry ground too. So
Right.
we've done some dry ground searches when we didn't have snow, and then we did that. We did a body recovery on Mount Whitney, which was pretty exciting. And then I know of that girl, who was a girl, 44. She's the one that we just grabbed.
Right.
And then I think there was a snowmobiler like a couple nights before that on Barker Pass. And then
Wow.
that there a guy away and they grabbed him. And, so, that type of thing,
That'll keep you busy.
Yeah, it does. It's cool. And I don't go on all the searches. A lot of them, closer to Truckee, we have a lot of members up in Truckee. And,
Right.
I'm kind of like, well, let those young whippersnappers in Truckee go get them.
Right.
And by the time I drive all the way up there from where I live, it's like, but yeah, so some of the ones that are like multi-day searches or out of county searches, those are really good for me because then I have time to prepare a little bit.
Right. Very cool. Well, you know what? So the listeners don't know, Sarah had some technical difficulties last night, and we've been playing Instagram tag to get this organized. And so I just got to ask the question that I needed to ask, and it's been a lot of work to get these last few minutes of the interview done. So I want to thank you for persisting with technical difficulties, and thanks again for doing this interview with me. And so people
lovely. Thank you.
People can find you on Instagram, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
_ Tahoe Sparkle _
Right on.
Yep.
That's right. Anyways, so thanks again, Sarah, and I hope you have a great ski season and that you get tons and tons of snow.
Thank you, and good luck with this winter storm that you guys are getting or had, or seems like it's happening to the East Coast right now. So
yeah, it's
may have already hit you guys.
No, not yet. We had one that. What's today? Today is Friday. We had it on Wednesday, and then we have another one on Sunday. So yeah, everybody's prepping for that.
And it's gonna be cold.
Oh yeah, I just noticed how cold it is. One of the ski resorts in northwestern Ontario chose not to open today because it was so cold.
Oh, that's really cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it was like minus 35. I saw stuff going on in Minneapolis, and they said with the wind chill was minus 40.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's too cold for me.
Yeah.
Too cold for me. Well, hey, it's a pleasure. Thank you for your time and your interest, and I enjoyed speaking with you, and maybe we'll do this again sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you want to come, if you're coming out east to ski, hit me up. We got extra places to stay.
Cool. You know I will. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you take it easy and have a good evening.
You too. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of the Women in Telemark Skiing series here on the Skippy Report. A huge thank you to Sarah Barrett out in Lake Tahoe for persisting with some of the technical difficulties we've had over the last 2 days. We had the interview 99% done, and then we had some equipment breakdown, and we couldn't get going on Zoom, and so it's like, okay, let's do it on Instagram. Got to do what you got to do to make things work. Anyways, gigantic thank you to Sara for persisting and sharing her stories and telling us about how she got into telemark skiing and into search and rescue. I thought that was really interesting. And also her background in science and geology and land surveying. So if you're looking for her, she's on Instagram at _Tahoe Sparkle _. Check back later for another episode of the Skipper Report in a couple of weeks. Peace out.